Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we'll be doing a quick exercise in putting down two fists together. So it's something like that, not like that. That's not very attractive. Something like that. So I know that my hands are not necessarily attractive, but this pose does not necessarily work with attractive hands. So we are going to do that. So two more or less even circles and then two lines like that, so it looks like two wheels. And these are our guidelines for our fists. So as you saw that I'm putting in that on both sides. From here on, now we have to make note that we have to take note that each hand is different when it comes to making this kind of fist. So some hands have knuckles like stretched right out, some do not, some have like knuckles that are flatter. But either way, whether they are defined or whether they are flatter, it is an easy exercise in putting these two together. So longer hand and a slightly flatter one here, and one with more defined knuckles. The thumb, of course, in either case, longer thumb, and a shorter one, but in either case bent at that angle. And if I were to define this a little more, I could also, you have an option of not necessarily going that way. You could also bring in the thumb like right in, and do that, or you could make this smaller and do that. So there's like different variations that you can achieve when doing this, but this is a generic one that I have right here. So I haven't touched that, so I'm just putting in some details. So either way, if there's a light source that is coming from the top, you're going to not necessarily shade it like this, because this is not exactly a metallic or a solid or smooth surface. There will be texture, there might be hair, and it depends. My hands have hair, so I'm putting in the shading toward the bottom, more intense right there in certain cases, not always. Sometimes a little bit of the flesh shows on this side of the hand, a little bit of the knuckle is more defined on this side. This is sometimes even thinner, so there's variations of how you could go about this. So I'm just putting in a generic approach and shading out a certain portion, showing that the light is falling down on it. And this one accordingly will be like more stretched out, so it will undoubtedly come and shade this part. You will shade right here, put in some skin folds, some details. You might even have a bit of the fleshy part highlighted in this one, but not necessarily. Again, it all depends on the hand, on the anatomy, on how bulky, how thick it is, or how. Right, so that is one way. But now again, if I go with variations, I could shorten this guy, shorten as in that if I go around like that, because that is just another hand, that another type of hand that you will see around, shorter. And we are about done, and you good folks can get back to whatever work you were doing. So that is the general idea of drawing two fists facing in the same direction, or you could draw the same of each, or different variations, longer, thicker, or smaller, like this. So Google lots of images and you'll see that it'll be immensely helpful. So thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe and keep in touch. Have yourself a wonderful day.